Welcome back, everybody. Austin, of course, is full of beautiful spaces, and it's super important that we help take care of them. Kerry Capice, the founder and managing director of Make Austin Clean, is here to tell us more. He's a busy man who's doing all of this on the side. Kerry, I'm impressed. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Let's talk about what inspired you to start Make Austin Clean.
Well, back during the pandemic, I walked the city a lot and noticed a lot of trash around the city. A few years after that, I decided to start my own nonprofit to help clean the streets, the creeks, the parks in Austin.
It's pretty impressive stuff. Talk to me about the stretches of land that you have now cleaned. How much trash has come out of it was shocking, the statistics you told me.
Yeah, we focused on Bolden Creek, Galindo, Dawson, South Lamar, Nicholas Dawson Park, Ricky Guerrero Park, East Bolden Creek, the actual creek that we adopted from Old Torf down to South First. We've collected 13 tons of trash in the last 2 years. That stretch of East Bolden Creek, we've taken 12,000 pounds out in a year.
That is crazy.
With 460 hours of work with 214 volunteers.
That is incredible. So big hats off to the volunteers who make this possible. But as we were discussing off camera, it's kind of like doing laundry. Yes, you can clean it, right?
Yeah.
But after a big rainstorm, it might need to be cleaned again. So talk to me about having cleaned it the first time versus after a rain.
Yeah, the first time for that mile was a lot of trash. Currently, it looks like, a given rainstorm, if it's a small one, it's somewhere between 100 and 150 pounds. If it's a big rainstorm, it could be 200. But it's manageable now, which is what we wanted to get to. We can now clean that same stretch of the creek in 2 hours with 8 volunteers.
That's a pretty big difference.
So now we're moving on to other parts of the creek as well.
Yeah, which is incredible. And kind of your aim is to just keep working on all of these streets until you get through all of Austin, right?
Eventually.
That's a big dream.
With a lot of people's help.
A lot of people's help. Let's talk about the folks who come out to help you, because it's all volunteer. Right?
Correct.
Yeah. So what do you find about their motivations?
We're a 100% volunteer organization. So everybody is volunteer, even myself. There's people that care about the environment. I try to get noticed in the communities that we work in today and get neighbors and businesses to show up and do the same thing. If everyone cleaned the street in front of or beside their home or their business once a week, we wouldn't have the trash on the streets that ends up in the creeks, that ends up in the lake. Mm-hmm. So we're trying to prevent more trash from getting into Lady Bird Lake.
And you'd kind of think people would take care of the areas around them, but maybe this is the opportunity to turn our brains on, right?
Yeah, I think lead by example, and do it yourself and try to get other people to follow. And I think the volunteers show up because they want to help.
Mm-hmm. And they're very motivated about helping our city. And so I want to make sure we mention this as well. You are helping map the city in a certain way now.
Correct.
When we talk about taking trash out of it. Can you tell me about that?
It's kind of geeky, but we basically measure the trash on every street that we collect or every section of the creek, and we create an understanding of trash patterns. How often does a street need to be cleaned? How often does this part of the creek need to be cleaned? How often does a park need to be cleaned? So that we can, I'll just call it, efficiently clean when we're out doing the work. Mm-hmm. And know that we have to clean South First Street every month. Mm-hmm. But other streets can be cleaned once a month.
Gotcha. This, by the way, y'all, this little meter here, it's a fish scale
yes.
reader, and that's what we use to measure the trash.
It's easy to carry in your pocket, and it's pretty accurate.
That's pretty clever. Okay, well, now that we're talking about that and some of the items on the table here, let's talk about your Amazon wish list, because
Correct.
This is one of the top ways people can help support you,
Correct.
even if they themselves can't go out there and collect.
Correct. Everything you see on the table here, from the picker to the gloves to the 10-gallon trash can with the bags and the rubber band, can all be purchased on Amazon through our wish list. Any donation of an Amazon wish list donation or a cash donation is welcome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, do anything we can to help support y'all. And it's important that you guys stay hydrated too, because talk to me real quickly about how creeks are actually hotter than being on the street. I was really surprised to hear this.
Yeah, obviously this time of year, being hot in Austin, everywhere you need to stay hydrated, but in the creeks it's even hotter. In fact, we're probably just going to suspend any creek cleaning until September when it's not so hot. It's probably 10 degrees hotter in the creek, and it's more humid than it is at the street level. So
yeah, well,
got to be careful.
And that just means more opportunity for trash to pile up. So
Correct.
of course we want as much manpower as possible. So you guys have a couple of upcoming events.
Correct.
The first one's tomorrow.
Tomorrow morning.
So if you don't have weekend plans already, you can make some.
Yeah, we try to go every Saturday. So tomorrow morning, 8 to 10. Can't remember exactly where we're meeting. It's on the volunteer page, but 8 to 10, we're going to keep cleaning parts of South First Street tomorrow and next Monday.
Yeah, on Monday as well, you're going to be working. Okay. All right. And can people just show up?
You can register through our volunteer page on Give Pulse. That's the best way to do it, because then we can keep track of everybody that comes, and if people need volunteer hours, it's a great way to track them. And then you can see other organizations around Austin that also have volunteer events happening.
That sounds good to me. A very cool idea. I mean, a big hug from Austin to you, because this is incredible work. Thank you. We appreciate it, Carrie.
Thank you.
Of course. Mark your calendars, guys, for tomorrow. It's June 29th, 8 a.m. to join Make Austin Clean in their next cleanup event. You can head to makeaustinclean.org to learn more about the organization.